Welcome. Power BI just released a new visual, the text slicer. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fully unlock and utilize this visual, taking it from this, which is how it looks by default, to this, which is a fully formatted version. We're going to get into the input text, the apply button, the dismiss button, the nuances of all the formatting and how to use it and apply it. At the end, you'll be able to dice through any amount of text to find any word that you want. It's a great visual. So, before we dive in, hit subscribe. It will keep you up to date with more Power BI content as it comes out. Now, let's dive into Power BI Desktop and check out this text slicer. Let's go. All right, so here we are in Power BI Desktop. Now, what we're going to do is first, you can go to the GitHub link that's in the description of this video and download this file. You'll be able to follow along as we're going to have a lab where we're going to literally build this. You can just have everything right there and follow along. So download that, open it back up. Now, what's the gist? Okay, this data set is about 280,000 reviews of wine, whole bunch of words. So the goal of this is to show how to use the text slicer. If I type in as an example any word, I'll just say smooth. It will apply it. I can tell it's applied. And now every bit of text that has the word smooth in it, it's going to return in this listing here. Again, they're in there. I can't quite see it. Smooth right there. Smooth, smooth. So it keeps showing up. Maybe you try something even, partly a word, like the word delivers. I saw that. So now it kind of searches part words. It does everything. The goal of this visual video is going to be able to take you from this on the right to this on the left. Again, if we type this in, as you're building Power BI dashboards, it's incredibly important that you understand the formatting capabilities of the visual so you can tailor it to your dashboard to make it look good. Things got to look good for people to use them. It just builds trust. So you can skip through the chapters as you see fit. What we're going to do is go through each of these sections: the size, the style, the title, the input box, the apply button, and the input text box. At the end, you'll be able to take this, which is the default experience on the right-hand side that just says, I'll look up the word drinking. As I see it there popping out, it filters everything on drinking. But to take it from this to something like this on the left-hand side. And again, with your own dashboard, you can choose your own colors, what might fit best for you. But this is going to show you how to do that, and it's going to be easy. So let's dive into it. Let's start. So go to the lab tab. And again, the goal of this first one was just to show you that if you slice it, it works by filtering as well. So if I do say seafood and hit enter, the filter stays so I can continue to dice it. Maybe Greece. So what's Greece? The 96 reviews that have seafood for Greece shows the points and everything else. So it works in along with other visuals. It's a great visual to have if you're going to need to analyze any kind of text. All right. So we're going to go through these sections. First, for the visual itself, you need to check this out. Here's the blog from Power BI Core Visuals that explains all the details, which we'll be going through today, how to use it. But you first need to go make sure you have the November 2024 version of Power BI. Go to Preview Features and pick the text slicer. After that, restart Power BI Desktop, open this file up, and you'll see all the data. But more importantly, you'll see this. We're insert this right here, the text slicer, under the slicer section. So that'll be the first thing you do. We'll actually just do every step of this. So we'll go insert, text slicer, and again, it's completely blank. I'm going to just kind of size it up so it's the same size as this one over here. So the first thing you need to do after you create it, or the next thing, is to assign whatever field you want this to filter on. So in this case, it's going to be a description, as this is the description. It's a review description with a bunch of words. So this field is not going to filter on that. Again, if I type the word toast, you can just kind of test it. All of these now have the word toast in it. Toast. It's super cool. It's such a very, very cool way to filter and use this stuff. So now let's take it from this basic to something cool, where we're going to show all the different formatting things. Actually, what I'll do this as well is turn on the shadow just to make it pop just a little bit more. All right. So in the description, in this visual, we'll look at each of these sections. This will be size and style, and then we'll go through the the order. So first, size and style. You'll be able to control the size and position where it's located on the screen. In this case, we already did that in the first step. The padding, which is the spacing of the visual. If I decrease this to 0, you'll see it kind of touches right there. So I like to have 5. 5 is a good default. It does a good job with that. Now the background. If you pick a color with this is going to be the holistic color around it. So in this case, we'll do this light blue, purplish color. What did I pick before? I think it's this one. Perfect. If you want to adjust the transparency, you can. That can kind of help you dial it in. But in this case, we'll stick with that. And now secondly, there's a visual border. So and I'm intentionally going through all these settings so you can see how they work with the visual. I'm going to go through them. You'll know what to do, how to use them. I'm picking everything on purpose. In this case, the visual border, we'll pick this color as well. It's going to be all the way around the visual as what it's intended to be, what it's called. And I like to do some rounded corners. So in this case, in this section, I'll make the width 5. What do I do in this one? I did 8. So make this width 8. And then rounded corners. It just kind of gives it that smoother feeling. And, we're already starting to take some shape here. These size and position things are quite important. Secondly, the shadow, turn that on. If you wanted to tweak the shadow, you always can by picking different colors and where it originates from. All right, size and style done. So we have that set up. Now let's go to the title. The title is going to enable you to call the visual what you want to call it and then change things as you see fit. So in this case, we're going to use words that intend or educate the person on what it does. So this is going to slice the review text. We could even call it slice the wine review text. If you feel like it, I'm going to make the font white, but you notice it's slightly darker. So a cool thing you can kind of do is start to intentionally layer different colors into these things to just make slight variances. So if I pick through some of these, you'll see it lands with that, just a slight variation. Again, these slight nuances can kind of bring some life to your visual. We're going to keep it dim, and I think I have the size still at 14, which is great. If you wanted to change the heading, you most certainly could, but this will keep that as it is. Finally, then a divider, a nice kind of segmentation. If we turn this on, it just will add it. We don't need, if you want to make it nice and wide, you can, if you want to have that spacing. I think in this case, we'll just do 1. Spacing, label, and value. Bring this down a little bit. What do we put this one at? 2. So the spacing, it just is the amount of space between these two things. So it brings it in. And you can tell, spending 5 minutes so far to do these tweaks, again, choose the color palette and the fonts that you desire. It's going to make it look better than what it was before. And that's the key goal. And we're going to get into the detail of this too. As you know, we see things changing, all the nuances of this stuff. So let's keep progressing. Slice the wine review text. Okay. Now we have the title complete. We've gone through all these sections. So thirdly, let's do the input text. The input text is going to be the text that you see in the visual. It is important to set a placeholder. This will kind of prompt the user what it does, what to enter. I'll say enter in any value or any keyword you would like to search across the wine review data set. All right, and now you can do some subtleties. So we'll change this to dim, keep everything in the same, but we'll increase the size a little bit, use some of the sizing. And the color, let's make it like an off gray, just a little bit darker. It just kind of sits a little bit more differentiated if we do a slightly different color, like so. And again, there's so many nuances. Look at this small bar, all these different things. We'll keep going through it. So that's the input text. We have that set up. If you choose to make it like italic or something, you could. It'd be nice if you could have italic if it wasn't applied, and then when it's applied, something different. Maybe that will come in the future, but right now it's just all one. So then let's move on to the next thing, the dismiss button. It's kind of an interesting order because you'd think you'd format the apply button first, but it's actually, the dismiss is what they put here. So if you start to change this, you won't actually see anything at first. So you need to say, what is the dismiss button? So we'll type something in. The dismiss button is this X right here. And what we're going to do is I picked a pink color, and let's just make this thing nice and big. I want everyone to see it. Click, 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 click. 31. It should have gotten much bigger, but it didn't. Oh, I did spacing. Oops. So we'll hit this to 40. You can just type 40. Spacing, we don't need all the spacing. 1. Spacing is going to be the spacing between this text and this. So we'll keep this more at 1. We just want it to get kind of close. If you want to do maybe like a 3 or a 5, you can do that as you see fit. But this dismiss button is essentially that. So we typed in smooth, dismiss it, get rid of it. All right, that's what we just configured. That's how you can set that up. Set it up as you see fit, as you like. The next one is applied text padding. So if we hit this on smooth, if you're not sure what something does, put some values in there. You'll see that this is the padding for this box. It's starting to move around now. It's moving down. It's moving left, right. In this case, let's just put 5, 5, 10, 10. Some kind of even distribution. 5, 5, 10, 10. And there we go. Okay, so that's the applied text padding. Now the applied text background. This is going to be, instead of this gray, what color do you want it to be? So we'll do this, say this light green. But what I do over here, it's a little bit different actually. It's the same because of the transparency setting. This is where it's nice to dial things in. So green kind of means something's applied. So the applied text background, now let's adjust this transparency. It just makes everything more see-through. 58, I think this other one was 54. And it will continue to change as we do stuff. Like we do smooth over here. So that's kind of what we're looking like, A and B. It matches. Now we'll do the applied text border. So what I like to do with this is go within the same kind of setting, and we're going to make the border of this dark. Oops, I'll change this one. Let me undo that. I changed the wrong one. So over here, I'll click this, and I'll do apply text border on. And in this case, we'll make it bigger, and we'll make the width. So it's kind of the same color, but 0 transparency. That's actually a subtle way to do it. So I'll pick the same color, and then instead of this has a 54% transparency, this will be 0. Now I can set the width. I'll be using the width of 4 kind of continuously, so it sets things up in that nice kind of way. And let's keep going. So we've looked at all the settings now for the apply text. So let's remove that. Input text. Now the apply button, this arrow, we want it to be really obvious. There's a couple different ways you can do it. Say you hit smooth, you can hit enter, boom. If you remove it, you can hit type smooth, and you can hit this button. And you can see right now it's actually formatted differently. It's this dark blue. So we're gonna start looking at what that looks like, the apply button. So in this case, if we start doing this, you see it's just this tiny little arrow. So let's see how we wanna tweak this up. The apply button, the icon, let's make it this dark green. And it's only for this second. You can see when we start typing things in is when it starts to change. So we'll make it this. We'll keep it the size of 40 like the other one. And again, we'll remove this. You can see the arrow's gotten bigger, which is great. If we start to type it in, it shows up. Perfect. The padding. Now this is where you can kind of move things around. So what you'll notice over here is they did 0 or 5500. So this just kind of says, let's move that arrow. Let's maximize the left-right space, but kind of put a little bit more space between the top and bottom of it. And what's helpful is for the apply button, now let's turn on the background. And for that background, we can pick kind of that same light green, put some additional transparency on it. In this case, we did the dark one, 77. So we'll come back over here. Background, we'll do this dark one, we'll do 77%. And again, choose this as you want, but this is now filtering that or filling the box right here behind this. And if I do this, you'll see how it's dark green. Here it's nothing. So it's kind of this section. But we want this whole thing to square up. We want it to match up and look the same. So let's figure out how to do that. So we'll keep going. We'll go to the border. We're going to turn this on. We want the width to be 4 like everything else. And it just lines up because we're doing 4 width. The similar box structure, it's going to be the same. But let's take this same darkness, put it around like that. And maybe I think I picked the purple or the blue. Yeah, just to kind of make it show a little bit differently, because as we start typing now, that really pops out. So we can control that subtle box that goes around the arrow, which is just nice. Again, all these are very nice features we want to keep understanding how to use to make these things look really great. Finally, for the layout, we can space these things out a little bit more. How much space do we want between these? more or less to kind of separate what you see fit. In this case, we'll do 9. That's the apply button. And now look, we're almost all the way there. The final thing is the input text box. This is this subtle box right here. So there's a couple things we can do with it. The padding, of course, is if you want to ever see something, you can start moving it around and moves things down or up. We'll keep the padding like it is for everything else so it stays aligned. But now let's make a little bit of a background. Let's change this up just slightly. So what we'll do is we'll make it just slightly transparent so it's just a little bit more gray. I have white. Say if we did 100% transparency, it just shows what's already there. But in this case, we're just going to go, the slightest little 9. That makes it just slightly different. But the border, let's turn that on. This will be this border here, as you can see. So let's set that up the same way we did over here. And for this border, we'll pick this purple again, but we'll make it way more transparent, 43. Bingo, and make it a little bit wider. Cool. So now we have this box going around here that just subtly fits in with everything else. If we type the word smooth, we can see that that's there. It's nice. It's a good way just to keep adjusting and improving the way that you look at things. Finally, this accent bar. And this one, it's kind of cool to show, but I think there might be a slight bug in it. And here's why. If I say I put it on the top, look, filters in this area. So you never want it to be bigger than the width of what your box is. See how that turns pink right there? So if I make it even bigger, it has this like trapezoidal effect that looks kind of silly. It'd be nice if it was just a square block instead of the trapezoidal. That way it kind of seems more like a barrier. But in this case, you'll want to make sure it's the same width of your border. Otherwise, it will look a little silly. So this is just an accent bar you can move to the top left. Kind of when you click in, it just says, oh, you're clicked in. It's a subtlety, these small subtle things. So in this case, we will assign that to that. It turns pink. It says enter stuff in. Boom, we did it. And we're set. So now, through that process, you have created a full text slicer with the ability now to format it in any way you see fit to your own dashboard liking and report development. It's a great visual, awesome to use to filter big buckets of text. So dive into it. Again, subscribe, leave a question, a comment. Hopefully you find this valuable. There'll be more and more Power BI core visuals that come out. So we'll keep tracking with those. Everyone have a good day. Take it easy. Bye.